April 30th, 2025, Manteca, California. It all started with a 911 call from a fast food restaurant. An employee reported an erratic driver in the drive-through line. According to the caller, a man in a white van was intentionally ramming the car in front of him, trying to force it out of the line. The driver was 69-year-old Charles McGonigal. After being refused service, he refused to leave the premises.
And we're refusing to serve him right now because, like I said, he was very hostile with the car in front of us.
Okay.
And, we're trying to get him out of the drive lane right now, but he's refusing to leave. We're refusing to serve him.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me start getting somebody over there. Hang on real quick, okay?
5 King 2805. It's going to be In-N-Out Burger, 14930 270 between the two drive-through windows. Sometime before 4:15, there's Vernon Davis, Niners jersey. He used his van to strike another vehicle. Now he's refusing to leave.
Just left. I could tell you the direction of which he's going in as well, too. He went, he just went around our store. He didn't leave.
Okay.
He didn't go towards Cane's or nothing.
Uh-huh.
So he had a beer in his car?
I just seen a box of beers, but I didn't see if he had any open. Now he's...
At this moment, the first police officer arrives on the scene. Before he can even come to a stop, McGonigal aims his van directly at the patrol car and rams it.
Okay, he just hit the police officer.
Despite all attempts at a peaceful resolution, McGonigal puts his van in motion again.
Stop! Okay, I'm gonna pin him in if he comes.
Hold on. Crossfire!
In response to the continued threat, 4 officers simultaneously discharged their service weapons at the driver. As soon as the threat was neutralized, officers cautiously approached the van to render first aid. Charles McGonigal was transported to a nearby trauma center where he was pronounced deceased. The investigation into the incident is ongoing. On April 9th, 2025, at approximately 2 p.m., gunfire erupts outside the New York State Police Barracks in Malta. Troopers inside immediately respond to the active threat outside.
We're southbound.
In the parking lot stands 69-year-old David Levine holding a long gun. Officers repeatedly and clearly command him to drop the weapon and get on the ground. Levine ignores all commands. Instead of complying, he aims his weapon in the direction of the troopers. Officers begin to approach Levine to secure him and render aid. One of them immediately requests an ambulance to the scene. David Levine was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced deceased. The investigation confirmed that he had fired several rounds into the occupied state police barracks. The troopers' actions were deemed justified in response to a lethal threat. On May 13, 2025, NYPD officers responded to a 911 call in Brooklyn. A caller reported an individual was threatening to attack them. In the narrow hallway, they encountered 25-year-old Damon Luther.
148 Central. We need an additional. Taser deployed, Central.
Suddenly, Luther pulls a large knife from his waistband and lunges at the officers. Despite the attempt to use a less lethal option, the situation ended tragically. Damon Luther was immediately transported to Brookdale Hospital Medical Center, where he was pronounced deceased. Hammond, Indiana, May 8, 2025. Chicago police officers locate the vehicle of a suspect, 50-year-old Joseph Navarro. He was wanted for an aggravated battery.
Out of the car!
In response, Navarro slams on the accelerator, rams the police car, and speeds away.
Southbound from where?
I'm Raymond.
33, are you still pursuing the vehicle?
10-4.
At the intersection of Dearborn and Gosselin Streets, Navarro loses control and his vehicle flips over.
Southbound on 433.
433, he just wrecked on Dearborn. Let me see your fucking head!
433
Let me see your head!
on Dearborn. I'll give him tips 433. Okay.
The officer exits his vehicle and runs toward the crash site. At this moment, Joseph Navarro, having emerged from the wrecked car, opens fire on the police.
He's still shooting, still up!
After several shots, the firing stops. The suspect is wounded and no longer poses a threat. Officers cautiously approach to assess the situation and secure the scene. Officers begin administering first aid to the wounded Navarro while waiting for the ambulance. Joseph Navarro was transported to St. Catherine Hospital with multiple gunshot wounds, where he was pronounced deceased. 2 officers were taken to a hospital for observation and were reported to be in good condition. Montgomery County, Ohio. On June 5, 2025, a Perry Township police officer attempts to stop a white GMC Sierra with no visible registration. The driver, 46-year-old James Collins, ignores the command to pull over, triggering a dangerous pursuit. A state highway patrol helicopter is called in for aerial support. With a clear view from above, the air crew takes over visual tracking, allowing ground units to back off to a safe distance.
Still does have it. Okay, chopper does have it. You guys can back completely off if you want to and just make a loose follow. Hey, there's actually somebody in the bed of the pickup truck.
As the helicopter camera zooms in, operators spot a shocking detail. A passenger is riding unsecured in the truck bed, surrounded by loose lumber.
More boards, use caution, use caution.
With their vehicle destroyed, Collins and his passengers bail out and flee the scene on foot, showing no regard for the injured people they left behind in the wreckage.
Off of Sandridge, it looks like. Got a black male with black jeans and it looks like a white male with multiple tattoos and blue jeans. The on-ramp.
The crew in the pickup truck trying to block traffic right there and push these people off the highway.
Right back behind you. He's somewhere in this tree line, back between you and where that tree line ends towards the on-ramp. So white car that just pulled in, stop right there. Off your right front is where we... He's out on the south, towards that awning. He's running southbound now. And, up on top of that wall. It's maybe 8 foot tall or something like that. Alright, he's on the southwest corner of that building. He's stopped now.
The man drops something on the ground and surrenders. Officers run in and take him into custody. The other 3 suspects were also apprehended nearby shortly after. In total, all 4 occupants of the truck were arrested. Driver James Collins and passenger Thomas Downey face serious felony charges, including vehicular assault and failure to comply with the order of a police officer. Several people from the other vehicles involved in the crash were injured and taken to the hospital. On May 12, 2025, around 9:30 p.m., Los Angeles police officers responded to a call of an assault. A call was received by the 911 service from a frightened neighbor. She reported that her neighbor was running around with a knife, attacking people, and beating them. The woman confirmed the address and stated that the suspect had already assaulted people on the street and was now threatening his own brother with a knife. At the entrance, officers met a man who turned out to be the suspect's brother.
You need a 40?
Arriving on scene, officers saw the suspect, later identified as 31-year-old Rafila Irfan.
Give me a backup. 450 man with the knife. Hey, relax.
Hey, stay over here. Who's inside the house?
10-8-21. To get to him is going to be Irwin, just west of Reseda, or east of Reseda. We got to go. Come on. Relax. Let me, hey, if I can get a chance, I'm going to take him. All right. Watch out. Slow. Hey!
Irfan was struck by gunfire and fell to the ground. The officers immediately reported the shooting over the radio and requested assistance. They surrounded Irfan and secured him. Rafila Irfan was transported to a local hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound. After receiving medical care, he was arrested and booked for violation of Penal Code Section 245C, assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. On August 1, 2024, in Meridian, Idaho, it all began with a report of a domestic dispute. Witnesses stated that a man, later identified as 24-year-old Jeremiah Bainbridge, was punching a car. However, Bainbridge continued to drive recklessly and soon called 911 himself while driving during a new chase, this time with the Kuna police. The situation escalated when he admitted he was armed. Officers feared the worst as they didn't know if the victim from the initial incident was in the car with him. Threatening to take his own life, Bainbridge refused to surrender, claiming he would rather die than go to jail.
Hands! Show us your hands! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Get out of the car! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Let go of the gun! Move your hands! You put your hands behind there! Get your hands up! Get your hands up!
Bainbridge was transported to the hospital in critical condition, but survived. It was later revealed that several rounds ricocheted and landed in a nearby water park, and one bullet struck a passing vehicle. Fortunately, no bystanders were injured. After being released from the hospital, Jeremiah Bainbridge was arrested. As part of a plea deal, he pleaded guilty to felony domestic battery and felony fleeing and eluding. The other charges were dismissed. A prosecutorial review found the officer's actions to be justified.
Hey, whoa, up, down! Shots fired!
On May 17, 2025, Houston police officers in Texas responded to a 3-vehicle crash. The driver of a green SUV fled the scene, but was quickly located by patrol officers in a nearby abandoned parking lot. An officer approaches the driver to investigate his involvement in the crash. The man is evasive and denies fault. The officer informs him they have video footage of the incident, but the suspect continues to argue. The officer explains that the law requires him to provide his information after an accident. Realizing the suspect is uncooperative, the officers prepared to detain him for further investigation.
I'm not going to debate about it with you, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to put you in handcuffs, we're going to put you in the back seat, we're going to move your car over there with the other 2 cars that are involved in the crash, okay? Hey, whoa, up, down! Shots fired!
Suddenly, the suspect lifts his shirt, revealing a pistol in his waistband. He draws the weapon.
Shots fired! 22-21.
Good. There's no shots fired.
Hey, roll me HFD. I got a male, not conscious, not breathing, multiple gunshot wounds to his abdomen.
The officer carefully removes the pistol from under the suspect's arm and secures it. They can now begin providing medical aid without fear of a sudden threat. Despite the efforts of the officers and arriving paramedics, the suspect's life could not be saved. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The man's identity is pending verification by the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences.